National Football League. Today, the St. Louis Cardinals against the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome to Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas on a warm, humid afternoon as the NFC Eastern Division leading Dallas Cowboys take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Hi, everybody. I'm Frank Lieber. The Cowboys have dominated this series in recent years. They've won the last 5. They've won 10 of the last 11. But the Cardinals have a lot more firepower this year. With me is Dick Vermeil. These two teams always play tight games. Seems that the Cardinals just don't have problems getting up for the Cowboys.
Very few teams have trouble getting up for the Cowboys. They're the perennial playoff team, and NFL players and coaching staffs get ready to play the best.
Two of the best running backs in pro football. You'll see them today in Tony Dorsett and O.J. Anderson, but both off to slow starts this year.
Tony Dorsett hasn't run for 100 yards in 8 football games, including last year, Frank. But I think in talking to the coaches yesterday and in talking with Tony, they're looking forward to getting that running game going today. Now, Anderson, he's playing with a hamstring problem. If that hamstring doesn't bother him, he's a 100-yard rusher.
Is an expectant father. Expectant, as a matter of fact, as of today, will do the honors. Also having one of his best years ever, and he'll be kicking off to Stump Mitchell of the St. Louis Cardinals. And as you can see, he is numero uno, number 1 in the National Football Conference in kickoff returns. He's also number 2 in punt returns, and that 7-yard rushing average isn't bad either, Dick.
7.5 yards. He has yet to fail to run for 100 yards in a ball game, Frank, when he's been the starter. That's outstanding.
So we're ready to play football at Texas Stadium. Cowboys next week will face the Washington Redskins, and Tom Landry told us yesterday he sure hopes his club isn't looking ahead to that ball game, because they're going to have their hands full today with St. Louis. Mitchell at the 2-yard line brings it out to the 10, 15, 20, and up to the 25, and that's where the St. Louis Cardinals will put it in play. Billy Cannon, number 52, makes the stop. We'll set the offense for you. Earl Farrell is the new running back, the fullback this year for the Cardinals, replacing Wayne Morris. Farrell has done an outstanding job, but Green and Tilley outside the receivers, great football players. Young offensive line coming on strong. There was some question whether Terry Steve was going to be able to play today, but he will start and try to go as hard as he can. He missed last week's ball game with an injury. 2 good young tackles, too.
Oh, yes, you bet. Louis Sharp and Tootie Robinson, both 1981 draft picks, have been outstanding and just getting better.
Lomax coming off a big day against the Miami Dolphins, even in a losing cause last week. Starts it with a pitch. Anderson out to about the 30, breaks a tackle, 35, and had he been able to get by Ed Too Tall Jones, who tripped him up, he may have had clear sailing deep into Dallas territory. As it was, he picks up 19 yards on the carry. Is playing as good as, well, the days when Cliff Harris and Charlie Waters were creating all kinds of havoc. 2nd and 10. Cardinals at their own 44. Lomax with that great arm over the middle of Tilley at the Cowboy 40, down to the 30-yard line, and finally dropped at that point. First down. Dexter Klingscale and Everson Walls catching up to Pat Tilley. The middle linebacker position. He thought they were going to go for the field goal. Anderson on the carry. He's got the first. Lost the ball. Fumbled the ball at the 19-yard line. It appears that the Cardinals recovered, but let's see. Yes, played very well last week. Cowboys defense going great guns. 2nd and 11. Lomax over the middle. Touchdown. Neil Lomax with a touchdown pass to the tight end Doug Marsh, and the Cardinals are on the scoreboard. 20 yards on the throw.
A very businesslike offensive drive. Now the tight end to the right corner of your screen comes off inside. See, he's shoved inside. Now he's going down there. Here it comes. Doug Marsh as a wing back catching that ball inside the strong safety Dexter Klingscale. Nice
Neil
play.
O'Donohue comes on to tack on the extra point. It's a very impressive opening drive indeed. O'Donohue, 8th-year veteran, has come back after that miserable game against the Giants last year. 17 out of 18 extra points, and now makes it 18 out of 19. As the Cardinals score their first possession of the day. 9 minutes, 40 seconds left to play in the opening period. Indianapolis Colts and Kansas City leading the Jets by a field goal. Our score 7-0. 3rd down, less than a yard for the Cowboys at the 30. Got it. Tony Dorsett, 20, 15, 10, touchdown. Dorsett goes 31 yards for the score, and it's 7-6 with the extra point try to come. Well, Dorsett in the first quarter has now picked up 46 yards rushing in 4 carries.
Now you're going to see Dorsett wanted to go up inside, follow that, and he bounced it outside. Now Leonard Smith, number 45, did a poor job of tackling him right there. Here comes A.J. Jr. from the far linebacker position, but he couldn't get there. Poor tackling, really, by Leonard Smith, number 45.
Septien to try the extra point. I get a feeling we're going to see a few points on the board today.
Could be.
It's good. So we're knotted at 7 with 4 minutes, 31 seconds left to play in quarter number 1. O'Donohue, this will be a 46-yard effort as the Cardinals try to reclaim the lead.
Frank, he's 3 for 6 this year, and overall in his career he's batting .483 from this distance.
Aaron the holder, the kick is up, it's long enough, but he hooked it badly. No good.
Because of his mobility playing pass defense.
Dallas with a 3rd and 14 from its own 49-yard line. Score tied at 7 from the shotgun. Hogaboom with good protection, unloads it deep, intended for Newsome. Got his hands on the football, couldn't hold it. And instead it is intercepted by the St. Louis Cardinals and downed immediately, and what a catch by the safety Benny Parent, number 23.
That's how a safety should make that play. I mean, that's expected of him, and he's a good safety. That's his 2nd pass interception this year. He had 4 pass interceptions last year. Really a nice play. Now see him coming, moving inside out. Here he is, reaching right in the middle of your screen and stole that football. Did a real nice job. You know, in watching the game last week, he didn't make that play and gave up a big play. Right?
Right.
The Indy Dome there.
O'Donohue. This is a moonshot. 53-yard field goal attempt with Perrin to hold.
He's 3 for 12 in his career.
It's a fake. And again, it doesn't work. On 4th down, the Cardinals are thwarted for the 2nd time.
As being just a little hesitant right there.
Septien, who missed his first field goal attempt of the afternoon, but that was a 52-yarder. See where Hogaboom puts this one down at the 26-yard line, which will make it a 36-yard effort.
He almost never misses here.
Pretty close to automatic. Knocks it straight through. Officially, they give him credit for 35.
He is so confident he's going to have a son, whether his wife is going to have a son, and he said, I'm going to make the first field goal I make is for my new boy. He said.
Well, today is due day, so we will see. Away. 1st and 10, Cardinals at the Cowboy 47-yard line. Once again, the single back set. Lomax going to Roy Green, breaks the tackle. He's at the 30, and he can move. 25, 20, 15, 10. Roy Green is knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
It was,
boy, what he did after the play was absolutely spectacular.
that was a strong safety blitz and a side adjustment pattern made by, see now, watch Green, number 81, the left side of your screen come off. He saw the blitz. He slants to the inside. There's no help inside because the safety did blitz. 24, Emerson Walls, normally a better tackle, doesn't make the tackle. You can see that this guy can run with the football. A former fine kick returner and punt returner. He got a great block by Tilley right there at darn near put him into the end zone.
He has had some of the biggest moments of his career against the Cowboys. He once returned a kickoff 106 yards to tie an NFL record. So the Cardinals knock it on the door with a minute left to play in the first half, have a 1st and goal from the 3-yard line, and they go to the ground attack, give it to Mitchell, and Mitchell is down to the goal line, if not in.
They didn't signal, but it looked like he was in.
I have not seen a signal yet. There is no signal given. The Cardinals bouncing around like he scored the touchdown. In fact, Stump went in, got up, and spiked it.
You know, we don't have a real good angle to look at this, but it looked like he got
there. It is.
Yeah, okay.
There comes the touchdown signal. You talk about a delayed signal.
It was delayed.
Mitchell looked like he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but great second effort.
You can see right here, going to toss it to him deep. He gets a nice block there by Doug Marsh right at the point of attack. He turns it up inside. He gets up high. He's squirming. There, he's in the end zone all the way. Touchdown.
So the Cardinals' quick striking ability comes through again. Perrin will hold O'Donohue with the extra point try as St. Louis has recaptured the lead with 52 seconds left to play in the first half. The kick is good. Well, you can credit that to Roy Green. That 44-yard pass play set it up. We'll be back at Texas Stadium in just a moment. Second down, 7. Cowboys from the 27. Hogeboom over the middle. Renfro 45, 50, hurdles a tackler and down to the 42-yard line. I didn't know he was a hurdler.
No, I didn't, but I'll tell you this. Leonard Smith just got a penalty called on him. It's going to put the ball down near in field goal position, I think. Number 45, let's see.
Hogeboom is claiming late hit. There was a penalty thrown, and the obvious thing would be personal foul. And that's what it is against the Cardinals, and that's going to move it to inside the 30-yard line.
Now watch this as he comes off the ball. Here he is. He's working inside Mr. Smith, number 44. He gives him a little move right there. See him shake and break, comes inside. No help inside right there. He beats that underneath coverage. There he is, Perrin, 23, coming in on it. Now watch this. Oh, wow. Up over the top. You don't see that very often. Now watch what happens here. Leonard Smith's right there. They're sort of scuffling. Now he shoves him. Boom, right there, 15 yards. Lack of poise. Cannot do that.
He needs 3 yards, and that game in Chicago has reached halftime, so he won't get them till the start of the second half. Probably occurred during our halftime coverage. Septien now from 36 yards away. Hogeboom to hold.
He hasn't missed this year from this distance, Frank, and he's batting .830 in his career. That's a pretty good batting average.
Still hasn't missed. Septien rams it through from 36 yards out. That makes it a 1-point ball game. The Cardinals leading the Cowboys 14-13. We still have 1 second left to play in the first half. So time for the kickoff. And that will be it. Game with St. Louis leading the Cowboys. Dick Vermeil by my side. We were talking about some of the calls in the first half by Jim Hannaford, particularly in those 4th down situations where they went for the fake on the punt, on the field goal, and the Cowboys stopped it in each instance. A little questionable, isn't it?
Well, evidently, you do those things, Frank, because in game preparation, you recognize something you can do with your punting team by surprise to get the big play, and also in your field goal team. The other reason you do them sometimes as a coach is maybe you don't think you can beat them square up, offense, defense, and you need a big play out of your kicking game that you won't get maybe out of a punt return or kick return, so you take a couple chances. Sometimes they work, sometimes they backfire. I think so far they have backfired.
Well, they certainly backfired on the first instance because the Cowboys had only 40 yards to go for the touchdown, and Dorsett covered that in 33. More of a defensive game, I think, than we possibly thought coming in.
Well, we said here in the first quarter, we both made the comment, hey, it's going to be an offensive game. You know, both teams going up down the field, but I think St. Louis can feel real good because they're playing them better than even right now, and they have the point lead. And if they can come out and play with poise in the second half, it could be their game for the first time in a long time.
Well, we're looking forward to a great second half. Hope you'll stay with us. We'll be back. Still looking for his first 100-yard game of the year, but obviously has a good start on it. That includes a 33-yarder for a TD. Hogeboom. Somebody hit his arm, and that's an interception. E.J. Jr. at the 40, 30, 20. Down to the 10 and dragged down at the 3-yard line. Someone got a hold of Hogeboom's arm. We got a penalty marker thrown, but I think it happened after the interception. Let's wait and see.
I think Al Baker came around the outside and hit his arm. Watch Al Baker now, the defensive left end on. Let's see what they're going to call.
The flag was thrown at about the 35-yard line. And it's going to be a clip against the Cardinals. Now, when did it happen? We assume it happened after the interception, so it will wipe out part of the return, but the Cardinals will get the football.
Clipping number 51 on the intercepting team. First down.
So in a sense, the Cowboys get a break.
They did. Big Al Baker came around the outside on that. I think it was Al anyway. I couldn't tell. Here he is, see the left-hand side of your screen coming around. Jim Cooper, number 61. He's got a nice hard outside rush. Slaps, puts the arm under. He grabs him with his one hand, comes over the top. Just barely flicked it, I guess.
First down for the Cardinals at the Dallas Cowboy 49-yard line following the interception by E.J. Jr. Neil Lomax directing the one-back attack, and that one-back is O.J. Anderson. Lomax on first down fires a bullet to Greg LaFleur, the tight end. That's a first down at the 28-yard line.
Frank, Dallas was in a pre-aligned double zone defense, meaning 2 deep safeties, and Lomax audibled. I heard him audibling and called that. That pattern right there with a tight end down in between those 2 safeties is really tough to defense.
This guy was once a high draft pick of yours.
Number 3. That shows you how smart I am. I let him go in the final cut. He can run real well, especially in a straight line. He has that great straightaway speed.
21-yard pickup on the play. The Cardinals have a first down at the Dallas Cowboy 28-yard line. Earl Pell, number 31 in the backfield, along with O.J. Anderson. Lomax, good protection. Marsh juggling the ball, can't hold it. Dexter Klingscale back there defending as Marsh was doing a juggling act on the 10-yard line, and Lomax says, oh my goodness, you got to hold on to those. With Anderson, Tilley to the left side, Green to the right. Lomax to Anderson, tries to get outside, and he is stuck. I mean, he is drilled. It was Michael Downs coming up from the safety position, the first man to hit him, and then the reinforcements arrived on the scene quickly.
It's a really long yardage. You can't believe how tough it is to score when you're in this situation.
Texas Stadium crowd getting into it right now, imploring the Cowboy defense to hold him. Lomax to throw on third down, gets it away, overthrown. Klingscale back there defending on Greg LaFleur, number 89, the intended receiver, as Lomax had to unload it quickly to get away from the rush.
Michael Downs, number 26, the safety, put Lomax down on the ground just as he threw the ball. So you can credit Michael Downs with 2 great defensive play here, preventing the score. Now watch this there. He's coming back. He's going to try to hit O.J. Anderson, going to the corner. He's back. Now look at Downs. Boom! Right there, putting the pressure on him. He's also the defender that made the tackle on Otis Anderson.
O'Donohue, who has missed from 46, attempts the field goal from 22 yards out. Little more than an extra point. And he gets it. So the Cardinals lead goes to 4, 17-13 with 9:47 left in the third period. Had only 7 points scored on them in the final period of their first 5 games, total of 7. So they usually come on strong in the last quarter.
Everybody up there, Frank.
Third down, 8. Could be a blitz. Let's see. Flag down. They were coming. Green broke the tackle at the 50. He'll go unmolested. And if the penalty is against the Cowboys, the Cardinals have 6 on the board.
No, I thought the penalty was on Dallas.
Let's see. The officials are going to confer. That's a 69-yard throw, and it will count.
That's a side adjustment safety blitz.
Offside, nose guard, defense, decline, 6 points.
They tried to time the count of Lomax's cadence, which they did very successful a couple of weeks ago against Lynn Dickey of the Green Bay Packers, but that time it didn't work, and they broke the big play on him.
They broke the big play. That's the chance you take with the blitz. No inside safety. Now you'll see Roy Green right in the middle of your screen. Now watch him slant inside there. No help inside. He breaks the tackle right there, and off he goes. Again, a running back in a wide receiver position with great speed.
Roy Green with 4 catches and a total of 125 yards. Once again doing a job on the Dallas Cowboys. Perrin puts it down. O'Donohue's extra point try is good. And it's the Cardinals coming on strong in the third period of play. St. Louis 24, Dallas 13. We'll be back in just a moment. It's back in the
1922
early 60s. Dorsett. Penalty marker.
Fumble.
There's a fumble, and there's a penalty marker down to the play as well. The fumble has been recovered by the Cardinals at the 50-yard line. Let's see what the penalty was all about. If it goes against Dallas, obviously, the Cardinals will decline.
Number 89, offense, decline, first down.
Turnovers will get you every time.
They will. You know, and a fumble's worth about 3 points in the winning margin, and Dorsett's fumble ratio this year is greater than his career average by a long ways. Look at his average, 1 fumble every 30.7 snaps before. Look at right now, 1 every 17 snaps rounded off.
How can you account for that?
I don't know. Sometimes it's just the way things go, and he could go the rest of the season never fumble again.
First down, Cardinals with the nose of the ball just in Dallas end of the field. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left to play in the third period. Lomax. Swing pass out to Farrell, 50 down to the 45-yard line. And that's the end of the line as Everson Walls, number 24, comes up to crunch him.
That Emerson Walls is a real player. You know, a lot of these pro football players don't get the credit for what they do off the field as well. He really supports a lot of community activities around here, as well as the Big Brothers programs and these kind of things. And besides being an all-pro for 3 years in a row.
Well, he grew up not far from the Cowboys practice field.
Yeah.
Great all-pro. He's been an all-pro since he's been in the league, and a Pro Bowl guy. 3 turnovers for the Cowboys, none for St. Louis. That's been the difference in this ball game. Second down, 6, Cardinals at the Dallas 45.
Here's that same audible again, trying to get to the tight end down the hole.
Lomax to Green. He's got Walls with him. Green for the touchdown. Roy Green.
That was an audible again, the same one they hit the tight end down early. I hear the audible was 189, and evidently number 1 was the live number. The tight end goes down the hole, and the wide receiver outside fades down the sideline.
Cowboys and Tom Landry will remember this visit from Roy Green. He has been truly instrumental, scoring 2.
Now you watch right here. He's going to start to look down the middle, and then he lays up the fade, right, coming over the outside shoulder. See this right there? Perfect throwing ball on Everson Walls.
And Walls has got no shot to make the play. Green with 5 catches for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. O'Donohue to try the extra point as the Cardinals are breaking this thing open in the third period. The kick is good. 31-13. Normally it's the other way around.
Do you think Hanneman's fired up? Look at him. He's about ready to go in and play himself.
To the left side, Renfro to the right. Newsom in the slot off to the right. White looking. Cornwell. Touchdown, Dallas. It looked for a moment like White could have run it in, or at least picked up the first down running.
Well, he did the right thing. He got it to the big fella. Cosby Jr., Fred Cornwell out of USC.
Danny White throws his first touchdown pass of the year. Cornwell makes the first touchdown reception of his career.
That's a big thrill for a guy out of Saugus, California. I've been there a few times. Engineering major at USC.
Hogaboom to hold. Septien will try the extra point, which would make this a 31-20 game with 8.5 minutes to go. Perfect. Things have gone so far today. And it's back to the drawing board with the Redskins coming up next Sunday up in Washington. First down, Cardinals at the 33-yard line. Another handoff to Anderson. The big story, though, has been Lomax and Roy Green with those 8 catches worth 189 yards, including the one for 70 yards for a touchdown. Timeout situation. Cowboys will use one here to stop the clock. So the Cardinals got to be very happy. With 1:40 left to play in the game, they lead it 31-20. Some congratulations there from Randy Love. Otis Anderson taking a well-deserved rest as the Cardinals have a second down 5 upcoming, trying to run out the clock. They give it to Stuff Mitchell, and Mitchell almost breaks it, takes it down to the 15-yard line. Every time Stuff Mitchell comes in when Otis Anderson is injured, he seems to pick up 100 yards rushing.
Don't ever relax when that guy's playing. It happened to us one time. We were playing him, and it was his first start, and he ran for about 145 yards and whipped our fannies. He did a heck of a job.
It's a great little runner playing behind a great runner in O.J. Anderson. That's another first down for the Cardinals. They're at the Dallas 15-yard line. And they have pulled a lot of the starters, though Neil Lomax is still in there. But they've got a new set of wide receivers in there. The rookie Duncan is in there.
You know, it's amazing that Dallas comes up here giving up. They're the #1 team in the NFL and giving up 3.84 yards per pass attempt. And that's, I mean, that's really something. And here they are today giving up 352.
Well, that is amazing because last week, you know, it was the rushing defense that went bad on them. And they still figured they had the great pass defense coming in and the #1 defense in the NFC pass-wise, but it hasn't been there. Timeout. Bunch of St. Louis Cardinals waiting to do some celebrating. Don't forget the Cardinals will take on the Bears next week in St. Louis, and you'll see it on CBS. And of course the Cowboys go up against the Redskins, and you have to wonder what effect this defeat will have on them and on the Redskins.
I really believe they'll play better, and it might lull the Redskins to sleep a little bit, but the Redskins are back playing with the kind of personality that they played with to be NFC champions 2 years in a row and are Super Bowl champion. And I think we'll be back to the intense Dallas Cowboy, intense Redskin type competition.
Coming up next, the NFL Today postgame show, scores, highlights.
God, I hate this play, Frank.
Interview with Walter Payton we hope to have for you, as well as the star of our game. And I think you'd have to say it's got to be the Roy Green or Neil Lomax.
Both of those guys, they were super.
So that's it. Cardinals beat the Cowboys for the first time since 1981 and for the first time here at Texas Stadium since 1977. And sent Jim Hannafin back to St. Louis, a very happy man, and Tom Landry back to the drawing board for the 6-game reevaluation that he has promised everyone in this Cowboy football team, which has a record now 4 wins against 2 losses and is tied with the Washington Redskins for the top spot in the NFC East, heading into that big showdown next week at RFK Stadium. It was a 1-point game at halftime with the Cardinals leading the Cowboys 41-13, but St. Louis came out very strong in the 3rd period, wind up rolling up 477 yards total yardage, and in a very impressive job. Final score 31-20 St. Louis. Now let's go to Brent Musburger in New York for the NFL Today postgame show.
Ladies and gentlemen, speaking